Okay, so got the pleasure of announcing the second place runner-up for a new business, existing business idea, and I would like to award this to Lemon. So before I hand over the check, I'm going to put it down, okay? Picture's sake. But one of the things that really stood out with you guys, and I'm going to turn to the rest of you, was just your commitment to your idea. The analytics you're tracking, the knowledge, the understanding of your product, your market, and you're committed. You told me you bought a heat press unit. You're looking to go to 2 different locations to start expanding your business, and just that commitment was it was impressive.
Thank you so much.
Judges, you guys ready?
Yes.
1 second. All right, guys, limit.
All right, before we start, we would just like to thank all of the sponsors for this amazing opportunity for young entrepreneurs like us. My name is Ezra. I'm a senior this year at Hellgate from Missoula, and I'm going to be going to the University of Utah next year to study business.
My name is Levi Meisel. I am a junior at Hellgate High School. Super grateful for this opportunity and cannot wait to come back next year.
My name is Dawson. I'm a junior at Hellgate High School. I'm also very excited to be here and looking forward to coming back next year.
Hello everyone, my name is Wyatt Dry. I'm currently a senior at Hellgate High School. Next year I will be attending Jake Jebb School of Business at MSU. Super excited for that and very grateful for this opportunity.
James, you ready? All right, so what is Limith? Limith is a lifestyle brand that creates content and apparel to build a community of aspiring and motivated individuals. We started Limith in September of 2023. The name originated around the idea of pushing each other to our limits and past them, but we wanted the name to sound unique and people to think about it when they saw it. And so that's how we came up with the name. Originally, we started making content just for entertainment purposes, like ski videos and bike videos, but we realized that it meant something much more to us, and we wanted to have a bigger impact on the world. And so we decided that we wanted to create a community of people who are wanting to push themselves and push past boundaries, and that's exactly what we do. Wyatt's going to touch next about why we do what we do.
Thank you, Ezra. So we have just noticed that in our community, and especially in this generation, that people have had this lack of initiative, whether it be trying new things, pushing themselves, or creating content. We believe that the root of this problem is that people are scared because they fear judgment or criticism from others when stepping out of their comfort zone. So that's why we decided to take a step in the opposite direction and start creating content and clothing that represents this message of building confidence and pushing yourself. Our goals for this company is not just to attract others who have the similar mindset, but to ignite possibility in those who don't. Our clothing is not just a simple logo slapped on a t-shirt or a hoodie. It's a badge that represents that each and every one of our customers pushes themselves beyond limitations. Our clothing also helps to fund our content, allowing us to grow exponentially, reaching new supporters with each release.
So how does it actually work? Up until this point, we have reinvested all of our profits back into the business. This has been the best model for us as teenagers with little outside capital to continue to release clothing and grow. This model has allowed us to incrementally increase the size of each of our releases time after another. We soon hope to be in the position where we are able to start taking profit back out. We market our apparel through social media posts paired with paid ads on these platforms. We reach our target audience of ambitious outdoor enthusiasts through this content. We have had 5 previous releases in the last year, all being successful and selling out, and we are in the midst of our current spring release. We have done over $65,000 in revenue and amassed roughly 3,000 followers between all platforms. Our website, limit.shop, has gotten 3,000 visits, the majority of which derived from our Instagram, and we have a 19% returning customer rate. As seen here on the breakdown of our latest and current release, we have an average of a 48% profit margin, and this has increased through each of our drops. We want to expand our audience and expand into more and more niches to market our clothing.
All right, so here's a quick 5-year breakdown of our plan, with winning the prospects being our main goal for 2025. Another short-term goal we have is to establish corporate structure and make Limith a legitimate business, and to join the Montana Chamber of Commerce. Some long-term goals we have is to create jobs for people in Montana, and to also scale Limith to the point where it's a passive income stream for us. With the prize money, we'd love to reinvest it back into our business by buying camera gear, going on a business trip to create more content opportunities, and again, making Limith like a legitimate business. Our goal to scaling Limith is to continue to post on social media and get our message out there, and also to eventually get into brick and mortar retail stores. Thank you guys for your time. We'd love to answer any questions. Yes.
Who's your customer?
Our customer? Well, we try to portray our message and our content to just about everyone.
There was a lot of deliberation. It felt like we could have probably been there all afternoon on how we wanted to rank, the various sort of businesses and the business ideas. And so it was not easy, I guess would be the point put here. And there was some incredibly very polished, well-presented sort of ideas and some great business ideas beyond just the presentation skills. But I am presenting the runner-up for the new business idea, and that goes to MagnaGrip. Picture here. You guys should be holding more of this check than me.
Thank you.
Before you take off, I wanted to give you a little feedback on your idea. I think the judges were really impressed that this even goes beyond just a concept, that there's a real market opportunity for what you've thought up here. And they want to encourage you to not just set this idea aside now that you've won this contest, but there's a real opportunity to build upon it. And there was a discussion around, you could see how this could apply, Liz had mentioned that this could be something on the side of a lawnmower, riding lawnmower. Talked about how this could be, how you could make some adjustments and tweaks for fiberglass sort of ladders. Is there a way that you can do this so that you can magnify like a paint can on the side of a ladder? There's a lot of opportunities here that you guys have started. We want to encourage you to pursue this because we think there's a legitimate sort of business opportunity here going forward. So congratulations and thank you for being part of it.
And I am Lily Lane. We're from Hellgate High School, and we're the co-founders of Two-Ton Construction Accessories and the MagnaGrip Utility Bucket. We came up with the idea in November during election season when President Trump was elected. We kind of were looking through the impending tariffs and their implementation that was going to happen, and we realized that magnetic utility buckets didn't exist, and the ones that existed currently were going to have a 25% tariff implemented because they're all made in Mexico. So we came up with an idea that we thought could improve upon the design that was currently out there and also make it for cheaper while also being American made. So our connection system uses magnets, so we can use it on any type of ladder, while the current connection system only works on specific ladders for their company. So we can use it on all ladder types, and we have a magnetic connector that connects to any ladder and you can move it wherever you want it to. We believe the market to be relatively price elastic, so we think that we could be able to take over the market relatively quickly and try and get large growth quickly.
So now Ashley is going to give a brief demonstration of how it can be used. So we have two prototypes. We have that one with clear S magnets, and then we also have this one. So he's going to be attaching the attachment device with adhesives to the ladder. And then I can give you guys this if you want to pass it around. As you can see on both sides, we have magnetic devices that we've been testing with. And then we attach the bucket directly to the attachment device, and it's able to hold about 20 pounds of weight, which is about the same as the non-magnetic competitors are able to hold. And as you can see on that one, it's taken a little bit of damage just because we've done a lot of testing. This can hold motor stuff very easily. Moving on to the financial documents.
We're able to produce them for around $6.57, and our selling point is $14, which is 37% below the current pricing on the market, and it also works on more ladders than theirs. And our break-even point is relatively low, with only around 80 units needing to be sold, because our startup costs are really just 3D printers and our research costs, and that was about it. So we were able to break even relatively quickly, which is our goal for our first year. Our marketing plan mainly consists of the targeted markets of construction workers, painters, home improvers, stuff like that. And we want to have a marketing budget that kind of scales down in percentage as we grow, because the market's not huge. It's kind of a very specific product. So we'll start with around 20% of our gross profits being our marketing budget, and then slowly decreasing, but the overall cash we're putting into it probably will increase as our profits increase as well. Our two, we have a list in our document here. You can see our broken down plans for all of our marketing plans, and it will have our 6 ideas we're using. Our 2 main ones to start are product distribution, sample distribution, giving it to different construction workers around town, having them use it and kind of show it off, as well as SEO, so search engine optimization on Amazon and eBay.
Moving on to the next steps that we're going to take in product development. So the first one is that we believe that we've hit the technology level for the minimum viable product, and so we're able to begin the beta testing phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to assemble a bunch of units, and then just, like you said, we're going to give them out for free to a bunch of construction professionals. And then we'll get input from them and use it to finalize our design and apply, and use that finalized design to apply for the patent. And then around the same time, we'll launch our Amazon and eBay shops, and also start pitching to local hardware stores. And then some other things we can do are handle packaging and shipping. So this is a 5-year plan. It's detailed in greater detail in the packets, but it's split up into 5 categories, and then we have revenue goals for each year. And the 3 revenue goal is set at $84,000, which is 500 units a month, and that is what our competitors are currently selling on just Amazon. So we believe we can hit that.
We have an income statement with that laid out with our expenses in the packet as well.
Yeah, the income statement is based on that. And then, as you mentioned, if we win, we'll spend the money on 3 printers, marketing budget, so the money to give out all the samples essentially, and additionally on just R&D costs and design. Please open it up to questions.
I get the pleasure of announcing one of the grand champions today. And so this is for the new business. Kind of like Todd said, this was not easy. We could easily say every single one of you should have $5,000 and head out, but we can't, and so we did have to pick a winner. And so I would like to announce the winner of Coping Companions. So I want to explain a little bit of the why behind we picked you guys. And really a lot of it, if you look in the room, a lot of what you talked about, one, you have an amazing business model. Two, you started your original pitch with one item, and you came today with more items than I can kind of count at this point. You really took off and took the information of what we said in your original of like, okay, get us some more items. And you did that, and you blew us out of the water with adding as many as you did. Not only that, but a lot of us in this room have kids, myself included, who has a daughter with anxiety. And so having something that's just so important for our communities is truly a passion that I hope you guys keep working on and making sure. And I'm trying to figure out how to steal the animal from Liz that she doesn't know yet. $25. She's already whipping out money ready to buy that, and I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't make it to her car. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. I'm Riley. And I'm Alexis. We're the inventors of coping companions. So at its heart, our company is made to help little kids ages 3 to 5 deal with different sensory issues and dealing with their big emotions, which I don't know how many parents are in here or are judges, but we all know that having little kids not know how to, talk through their emotions is kind of difficult. So for our original design, we have our coping cake, which there's a button that when you press it, the candle lights up, and it teaches kids. It goes through the process of like taking a deep breath in, making a wish, and blowing it out. It teaches kids that a very important skill to cope, which, as we all hear, if you're ever stressed for an interview, getting up on stage, it goes through that entire process that you need to breathe and slow yourself down in order to, calm down.
Our newest addition to our coping companion family is Heidi the Sloth. She is weighted, and you can microwave her and she'll heat up. She's also lavender scented. It's mainly targeted towards our younger audience again. You put it around your neck and it's like it's giving you a nice warm hug, in case any little kids need that. If you guys wanted to pass it around on this side. I need that.
At our base, we made our company as a coping base for all ages. Our original idea was for kids. Me and Riley both work in childcare. I work at a preschool out of our school, but we both also work in a preschool inside our school. Seeing that in our day-to-day lives, you see kids stressed out. You have to stop teaching multiple times throughout the day because, maybe one of our kiddos misses their mom or dad, or honestly, maybe they're just stressed out. I've had kids sit there and cry their eyes out in the middle of a lesson because they don't understand what they're doing, and then they think everybody's watching. Just because people think that it's only teenagers or only adults that get in their head and think, everybody's judging me. Little kids do that too, but again, at our base, we are for everyone because everybody needs coping in their life to be able to function.
It also affects us personally. I have 2 special needs brothers. My older brother has Down syndrome and autism, where my younger brother only has autism. Seeing them not know how to cope or voice their emotions or how to deal with their feelings was really challenging for me growing up because I really wanted to be able to help them. And I feel like this business is a way for me to help a lot of kids that way.
As well as Riley's side of things about watching people so close to her not be able to cope. I myself have had struggles since I was a kid. I'm diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety. Going throughout my day-to-day life as a kid, I never understood why I was freaking out, why I was always stressed out, why I was always crying. I think as a kid, if I would have had access to these tools, to things to make me learn how to cope, I think life would have been a lot easier and honestly more fun. Because if you're stressed out, are you having fun? No.
On top of our 2 coping companions, we have started making our leap into including all ages by making our hoodies. These hoodies come with different sensory needs. Our pockets have snaps that include different blanket material. Hers has some textured stuff inside of it, while mine's just a normal blanket one. Our uns, we call them pokies, which some of the tables have them already. You just rub them on your hands and everything like that, and it helps with that. I also pass them out to some of our other contestants beforehand, and I've been watching them use it the entire presentations. We also add almost like belly band materials to add compression to your sides. We are looking to expand into different things, like making our stuffed animals completely customizable to whatever a child or person may need. Also adding on different add-ons to our hoodies itself, like adding stress balls into the sleeves, which we haven't gotten to yet. And then we're thinking about doing almost like acupuncture soles for like the bottoms inside of your shoes, because those are another huge pressure points and different things that help with autism as well.
Our plan for our next five years is we'll expand to make everything customizable, to get it more online. Right now we have an Instagram page selling our like inventions and stuff, and we're hoping to expand that more to like Etsy, Amazon, and toy stores even one day. And our like goal for the next 5 years is to make more of our products and be able to sell them and give them to people and put them into classrooms first and foremost, so that the kids see them, go to their parents and be like, oh Mom, I really want this. We haven't watched a single kid that tested our product. They have a huge smile on their face. They're asking Mom and Dad if they can take it home. It's an easy way and a one explanation to the entire class that will make sure that these kids have a way to cope.
Any questions from the judges?
Good job.
So did you design all of these products yourself? And do you have, like, can you protect?
Alrighty, my name is Giovanni again. I could have the absolute honor to give the last award. And truly, like every single judge said, it was an incredibly hard competition. I am truly amazed because some of the ventures that I see at the Blackstone Launchpad don't even compare to what you guys are doing. So truly, congrats on all you guys. And without further ado, I'd like to award this last award to Good Detailing. Now a little bit about the why. First off, what grade are you in, by the way? I'm a freshman. He's a freshman going out with Good Detailing. The new market that he's tapped into, Sealy, absolutely phenomenal. We thought that the amount of detail, literally, with detailing cars and boats, it was just truly sensational. Keep up that good work, and we're excited to see what comes up in the future, man.
Thanks so much.
Congrats.
Hello, my name is Tully and I'm thrilled to be here today to present my business, Good Detailing. We all know how important it is to keep our vehicles looking pristine. However, many detailing services out there lack consistency and transparency. Customers often wonder if they're being overcharged for the service provided and for the service provided. That's where Good Detailing comes in. Based in Sealy Lake, Montana, I provide a comprehensive vehicle and boat cleaning and detailing service. I'm proud to say that I'm the only vehicle and boat cleaning and detailing service in this area. On the sheets in front of you, you can all see the services I provide and prices and time it costs me for each vehicle. And then here on this first picture, you can see me detailing a car. I think this was about 2021, and I was about 10 in this picture. And then I started Good Detailing in 2020. I started off cleaning vehicles for my family and friends, and I've been building momentum ever since. I've enjoyed detailing, and I always take pride in every vehicle I detail. And my business has been gaining traction, and I'm very confident I can expand further. here are some short-term goals I have for good detailing. I want to make a website. I also want to hire workers and a bookkeeper. For workers, it will help me be able to take in more cars, and also with a bookkeeper for finances and for all that stuff. And then also I want to become an LLC, and I've also looked in at getting insurance. I think it's about $200 for insurance for my business as well. And then also some long-term goals I have. I want to do mobile detailing. I've talked to many people, and a lot of people, when I talk to them about detailing, they ask would I be able to go to them. So I think that's a big thing as well for people out in Ovando and stuff like that. And then also I want to build a car wash and detailing bay. My dad owns a property that is right outside of Sealy Lake, and it is a commercially front zoned property, and it is a commercially front zoned property right outside of Sealy Lake. It is a highway front commercially zoned property at the south entrance of Sealy Lake, and then it will also help be able to take in more cars as well. And then I also want to work with big corporations like Paws Up and Clearwater Realty, because they also have fleet cars that are coming in and out, and I've also talked to Paws Up and stuff like that to be able to detail their cars so they can have clean cars for their customers as well. And then here's an exciting fact. According to census data, there's about 3,862 people in the Blackfoot Valley. That's about 5,600 cars in the whole valley. So that just shows how many cars I can clean. And year-round, Sealy Lake has a lot of tourists that go through the town, especially with boats. So that's why I also have a boat detailing as well. And then right now, my closest competition is in Missoula, Montana, and they charge up to anywhere from $700 for their detailing. And it's also an hour away, so people from Sealy Lake don't want to be driving an hour all the way up just for one detail. And then currently, I'm promoting my services through Instagram, Facebook, local community pages, alongside traditional flyers, word of mouth, and returning customers is one of my biggest ones as well. I also have a branded air freshener, as you can see in front of you. I have stickers, brochures, flyers, and business cards. I have very low overhead at this time because my dad owns a shop, and in exchange for me using his shop, I clean all his vehicles, so I have no water bills or any of that. I made $5,000 last summer. This was me doing cars just once or twice a week and just very little in part-time. And I was also playing sports during this as well, a lot of AAU summer ball. And then if I win, what I would use the money for is to buy general supplies, as well as a new pressure washer and a vacuum to help mobilize my business, and also to save up money to buy a van or like to purchase a mobile detailer. And then here next to me, you can see some of my supplies. This is just a little bit of what I have. I have a lot more bulk supplies. I have gallons of stuff at home. And I also have a hot water power washer, a vacuum, a steam cleaner, and a carpet cleaner at home. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope you choose good detailing.